Rolling camera. And 3, 2, 1. Rolling sound. Let me get a clap. Who are you?
My name is Ivy Love Kilpatrick. I'm 28 years old. I am Jamaican and American. Um, I'm Black. I am woman. I am from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I live in Atlanta.
What was your childhood like, and what were some important lessons that you learned then that you carry with you today?
My childhood was pretty great, actually. I was raised by a single mom. I'm the youngest of four. Um, some lessons that I learned. Um, I think watching my mom probably taught me the most growing up. She was always very driven, um, very strong-willed, resilient, um, and those values definitely carried through into my life. She taught me how to be independent. She taught me how to love. She taught me how to be caring, the importance of human connection. I did have my dad in my life as well, and he taught me a lot of things. He is constantly lecturing. So every conversation we have is a life lesson at the end of it. Um, and he taught me a lot about people, a lot about relationships, a lot about just how to be in this world and how this world might perceive me and just how to navigate life.
How does a flower grow?
A flower starts from a seed, and with sunshine and nutrients from the ground, it starts to grow and blossoms into whatever it's going to be.
Please give me a number from 1 to 100.
12.
At what time in your recent past have you felt most passionate and alive? How can you bring that passion to your everyday life?
Let's see. I think the last time I felt passionate and alive, that's a hard one. I think part of that is presence, like being present in the moment. And the thing that's coming to my mind, I guess, is my first co-star role on this TV show, the first co-star role I ever booked. And, you know, it was a, I've been on set before, I've done stand-in work and different things, but I've never been like on camera for like a actual major production. Um, and I just was really proud of the fact that I was able to be present in that moment and just to connect with the people around me, whether they were crew or my scene partner or the actors that were in that were leads in the show. Um, it was all just so exciting, and I took it all in, and I try to be that way in as much as I can, just to be present in the moment and to fully experience whatever it is that's happening at the time. Um, and yeah.
Please give me another number from 1 to 100.
50. You're going with the first thing that pops into my brain.
What are some of your own personal goals for the next 5 years?
Ooh. Um, well, I have a business currently called I Love Dance, and it currently works as a virtual dance studio. So I teach classes online via Zoom. And I'm trying to transition that into more digital content. So taking, short or full class length videos and allowing them to be accessible digitally. Um, and I don't think there's a lot of content in that space already. What I've seen online is a little bit quirky. And I think I could really be a positive addition into that space, especially as a Black woman. There's like no Black women pre ballet instructors online. Um, and I just love kids. I love working with kids, and I would love to continue to grow that over the next 5 years. I have so many ideas. I want to write little children's books about different things like stage fright or a new kid in class, and or anxiety, or like all these different things. Um, and in addition to that, I have so many goals, but I'll try to keep them concise. Um, I really want to further my acting career, of course, and I'm doing voiceover work right now, and I would love to continue to explore that, do like animation, do audiobooks, of course, commercials and things like that. Um, and I would be in my 30s, so ideally would have my own place and be, you know, able to really thrive as an independent adult. I currently live with my sister, which is amazing. Um, but I think by then I'll be in a new chapter of my life, and I just wonder what that will look like.
Please give me another number from 1 to 100.
27.
When was the last time you broke someone's heart?
I'm usually not the heartbreaker. I don't know. I think the only time that I knew that I hurt someone in that way was my first boyfriend in college. Um, because we had essentially miscommunication happening, and we were both, you're kind of immature in your first year of college. And I don't think either of us were very emotionally available. So it didn't last very long, but he was one of my best friends. And when our relationship ended, the friendship ended. And I was a little bit, that was unexpected for me, but I realized that it was because he was hurt by the relationship ending, and that we couldn't really maintain any semblance of our friendship. And that's was, a lose lose for the both of us.
Please give me another number from 1 to 100.
It's like a slot machine in my brain. 35.
What's your biggest regret in life?
um, I try not to regret anything, and I know that sounds so cliche, but I do try to learn from all the things that I experience, even the bad things. But I'd say my biggest regret. Mm. I'm gonna really try to go with the first thing that comes to my mind. In the in the in what is the word I'm looking for? In the name of authenticity. um, One of the biggest regrets that I have is not watching Hamilton sooner. Because no, hear me out. It was very life-changing for me. And I did not expect it at all. I mean, you think a musical about a founding father, like, okay. But it really opened my eyes to a lot of deeper things, like the fact that I had kind of left the musical theater world behind. That was really something that I was passionate about as a child. And I was like, wow, like I love musicals and I love being on stage and performing. And I just kind of left all of that in high school. And so now I'm kind of getting back into musical theater and auditioning and learning and doing all of those things. And in addition to the show, I mean, one of the the first question I had after watching the show was who wrote this? And so that took me to Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is currently the like best human that I know, and he's inspired me to write, which is the most terrifying thing that I've had to floating around in my brain, um, because I just don't know anything about the art of writing, and it's terrifying to be vulnerable. But all of these new experiences, and paths, I guess, that I'm gonna go down, like I could have just found that sooner, and I would have been able to be part of this world sooner. And I just that's probably it.
Please give me another number from 1 to 100.
um 3.
Are you, excuse me, are you doing what you believe in, or are you settling for what you're doing? What would you rather be doing, or why do you believe so deeply in what you're currently doing?
I ask myself this question all the time because I'm super existential. I think I am doing what I believe in, and I'm following my heart in that way. I am not necessarily super successful because of it, but and in terms of success, I mean financially. But I do think that I'm on the right path. I think it's taken me a lot longer to build my future, than I had anticipated. I was like, oh yeah, 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. But here we are. And I am Why am I passionate about it? Is that the question? Why do I believe so deeply? Well, what I do, as you have heard, I teach dance and I'm an actor, um, and a business owner, but those kind of feed each other. And for me, acting is maybe the main thing by like this much, because art in general, I think, is just so powerful. It doesn't matter what it is: painting, drawing, music, dance, everything. I think art has a way, and specifically TV and film has a way of touching our soul, and really changing our perspective on things and just opening our eyes to so much more of life than anything else. And that is super exciting to me. And my whole goal is to be a part of telling stories authentically.
Please give me one final number from 1 to 100.
100.
What do you believe, and why do you believe it?
Oof. I have so many beliefs, but let's just pick one. I believe that there is life after death. And I believe that because I believe in the infinite nature of our universe. We're going so left. But I really feel like creation is so incredible. And I've studied a few different religions, and I think everybody's got a piece of the puzzle some way. And when it comes to like reincarnation or afterlife or um, multiple dimensions of existence, I'm just very open minded. And I think that there's definitely more to our existence than this single three-dimensional human experience that we're all living. Um, I think we're all connected in a very spiritual way. Um, and I think of life as almost like a test. We all have different backgrounds and different experiences that we live through, that we're born into. And it's like, how does that shape you? What do you do with your time here on this earth? And what do you leave behind?
How do you find meaning in your daily experience? What propels you through life?
For me, I find meaning through connection. Um, I'm a giver. I like to give my time, my talent, my energy to people. And I think that when people receive that, that is, that drives my purpose, whether that be my 3-year-olds in ballet class that have a great time in ballet, or my sister that I'm able to give advice to on the phone, or whatever the case is. Um, but yeah, I think that's what drives me.
What has the experience of living been like for you to this point? What can people learn from your life?
That's a great question. Um, I I think it's a positive, my experience thus far. I have so much to be grateful for. I have an amazing family. I have amazing friends. I have an amazing gift given to me by our creator to do all these creative things. Um, and I think what I would want to share with people, or have them learn from my life, is that the most important thing is to really follow your passion, because we get one life. And if you're not doing something that makes you truly happy and that you can be feeling like you're making a difference, or feeling like your life has purpose and meaning, um, what's the point? you know? Um, I think that being kind is super important. And I try to be kind. Um, I don't really try to be kind. I am kind. Like, you have to be. I think we all have parts of ourselves, different versions of ourselves, if you will. And I think what we feed our brain speaks to what version of ourselves gets put out into the world. So I try to listen to positive affirmations, and, just constantly lead with positivity and kindness. And when you put that out into the world, you get it back in return. And it's a win win.
So, this is the big question and the reason we're here.
Yay.
Life is fleeting. We never know when it's our time. If these were your last words ever recorded, what would you say about your life and your legacy?
I'm going to try not to let that overwhelm me completely. Um, I, what would I say about it, or what would I want it to be, or could you clarify?
I'll repeat the question.
Okay.
Life is fleeting. We never know when it's our time. If these were your last words ever recorded, what would you say about your life and your legacy?
I would say to live fully, live truthfully, and find joy in life. I think that's purpose, and I think that is meaning. Um, and that's what I would want everyone to know and learn and be. Just to be.
So I'll ask you one final time. Who are you?
I'm a person. I'm a human. I experience life um, as a 28-year-old Black woman, college graduate, artist, creator, um, overly smiley, laugh at everything person. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm an auntie, I'm a best friend. I'm all those things.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap.
Yay.